All right, all right. Another heavy loss. This one not just for hip hop, but for the music community and for the world at large. Quincy Jones, Grammy-winning producer for Michael Jackson and film composer, dies at age 91. Now, he lived one of the fullest lives that anyone will ever see. Anyone will ever see. You know, like Quincy Jones, the legacy he leaves. I can't think of the type of person where Quincy Jones' legacy doesn't touch them in some capacity. Some capacity. Variety has a really great obituary here. I'm going to read majority of it, but look at the stuff that Quincy Jones has really been able to accomplish. Some things most of us know. There's some things some things, you know, fewer of us are aware of, but let's check this out. Quincy Jones, who distinguished himself over the course of a 70-year career in music as an artist, band leader, composer, arranger, and producer, has died. He was 91. Jones died Sunday night at his home in the Bel Air neighborhood of Los Angeles, according to a statement shared with Variety by his rep, Arnold Robinson. A cause of death was not disclosed. Tonight, with full but broken hearts, we must share the news of our father and brother Quincy Jones's passing. And although this is an incredible loss for our family, we celebrate the great life that he lived and know there will never be another like him. He is truly one of a kind, and we will miss him dearly. We take comfort and immense pride in knowing that the love and joy that were the essence of his being was shared with the world through all that he created. Through his music and his boundless love, Quincy Jones's heart will beat for eternity. Jones's eminence in the entertainment community was so great that he went by a one-letter handle, Q. That's the truth. Bred in the world of jazz, Jones became one of pop music's most formidable figures. He collected 6 of his 28 Grammy Awards for his 1990 album Back on the Block and was a 3-time Producer of the Year honoree. 28 Grammy Awards, 6 for Back on the Block. I remember that project. To many, he is probably best known for his production collaborations with Michael Jackson, which began in 1979 with the singer's breakthrough solo album Off the Wall, which has sold an estimated 20 million copies internationally. I mean, that's it's funny when you talk to Quincy Jones, and you know, when you talk about Michael Jackson to people are wildly impressed all the time. And when you talk to Quincy Jones about Michael Jackson, he just talks about him like he's just another regular guy. I had a conversation with Quincy Jones, I don't know, a few years back. You know, I've had a couple of conversations with him over the course of my career. One of them is actually in a video I made called Prince and Michael Jackson's Forgotten Beef. Okay. And I was talking to Quincy Jones about Michael Jackson and Prince, and he really starts talking about, you know, the nature of the friction between the two of them. And I believe the question that I asked was it impressive what Michael Jackson was able to make with Thriller or something like that? I can't remember what the exact question was. And he was like, I made that album. Basically is what he said. 1 second applause. It's just crazy, just the level of influence he's had over the course of his career. It gets crazier. Its chart-topping sequel, Thriller, for which Jones took Album of the Year honors, plus a Record of the Year trophy for the track Billie Jean, remains the best-selling album of all time, with worldwide sales estimated in excess of 110 million. Jones went on to work with Jackson on his number 1 1987 release, Bad. In 1985, Jones made international headlines as a producer for USA for Africa's We Are the World. I mean, that was a huge moment in the 80s. We Are the World, like that ended up being spoofed like crazy. But that was just a major cultural moment globally. We Are the World, the single devoted to African famine relief. Jackson co-authored the song with Lionel Richie and led its all-star cast of vocalists. Jones was the first African-American to pen the score for a major motion picture, 1964's The Pawnbroker. I did not know that. 1 second applause. And went on to receive 7 Oscar nominations for Best Original Score and Song. In 1995, he received AMPA's Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award, another first for Black artists. This is another area right here where most of us interacted with the work of Quincy Jones. He made his mark on TV as executive producer of the 90s NBC sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. which brought rapper Will Fresh Prince Smith to prominence as an actor. In addition to the 2002 reboot of Bel-Air, he later exec-produced the comedy Scenes in the House and Mad TV, the 10-hour 1995 documentary The History of Rock and Roll, the 2014 documentary Keep On Keepin' On, and the 2023 adaptation of The Color Purple directed by Blitz Bazwale. Jones received a Tony Award nomination in 2006 as producer of the musical adaptation of The Color Purple. In the publishing world, he founded the respected hip-hop magazine Vibe, which spawned a TV spinoff in 1992. 1 second applause again. In recognition of the vast array of causes to which he contributed, Jones was named Variety Philanthropist of the Year in 2014. He was born Quincy Delight Jones in Chicago. He took up the trumpet, his principal instrument, as a boy. At the age of 10, his family moved to Seattle. There, as a novice musician of 14, he met 17-year-old Ray Charles. Look at that. Look how long he's been making music history. By 18, after studying at the Berklee School of Music in Boston, Jones was touring with Lionel Hampton's big band in a trumpet section that included Art Farmer and Clifford Brown. In the early 50s, he honed his arranging chops with writing charts for trumpeter Clark Terry, an important early mentor, Count Basie, Dinah Washington, and many others. He made his debut as a leader in 1953 in an octet co-led by drummer Roy Haynes. After serving as the band director for Dizzy Gillespie's State Department-sponsored big band and doing stints at ABC, Paramount, and France's Barclay Records, Jones assembled an in-house orchestra at Mercury Records. Though a subsequent touring group collapsed financially, the association led to an A&R position at Mercury. By 1964, Jones was VP at the label, where he produced pop singer Leslie Gore's major hits. I mean, we're in the 60s. We're in the 50s and 60s. 50s and 60s. You know, I was watching a clip of work Quincy Jones did with Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra. I don't think there'll ever be another Quincy Jones in music. I know his work, his passion has touched all of us in one way or another, directly or indirectly. You know, he is the producer's producer, the icon's icon, in every sense of the term. I don't know who a modern day Quincy Jones would be. My guess would be Kanye would be the closest one. But regardless, his contributions will never be replicated. Thank you for everything, Q. Our condolences go out to his family and friends. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about Quincy Jones, what pieces of work or projects he worked on are closest to your heart. My name is Justin Hunt. Like, subscribe to the channel, follow at The Company Man on everything. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping in. Systematical culture views us radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, y'all, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all